Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Danny and I appreciate you clicking on this video. I'm trying a little bit different location in my home today. I'm upstairs in my oldest daughter's bedroom, which is she's actually gone away to college. And so the room is mostly empty. It has a bed and a desk and some other things in it, but I got my table set up over here. And I'm going to jump into some Donruss baseball cards here in just a moment that were sent to me by Beards and Bass, Alan, over there at his channel. And we're going to jump into some of these cards here in just a minute. But before we get into these, I want to remind you that you need to go over and watch my pack war that I did with Buttermilk video, because we're going to be giving away this fishing lure set to one lucky commenter on that video. It's probably not a $9 fishing set, so I mean it's not very expensive, but you get a few different little things in there. You get a minnow, shallow runner, shallow water lure with twitching action. You get crankbait, a couple of different varieties of that. You get a rattle lure apparently, and then a popper for top water, and it's some neat colors, and you know, it's something you can add to your collection, throw in your truck, take to the water. In honor of doing some Donruss, I do have a couple of Donruss puzzles back there. And these two packs are 88, and I think these came, Alan, I think you sent these with these. I know I got these and these from you. I think the 88s came as well. I have to go back to the video and look, or maybe they were just in my closet randomly. But in the 88, you have Stan Musial. You can see that right there, Stan Musial puzzle. That's the Stan Musial puzzle in the background, and I'm sorry that the light on it is kind of, I'm going to have to work on the lighting up here. And then in the, looks like 91 over here, you get Willie Stargell, which I have completed. But the middle one, I believe, is 90. And that comes with a Carl Yastrzemski puzzle, and I don't have that one yet, and that's one of the ones I'm hoping for. I've got 5 or 6 of these puzzles, and one day hope to have them all, so this will help me do that. I think Tony Black, I failed to mention this a moment ago, Tony Black's supposed to be mailing me that top piece there. I don't even know that you can see it on video very well, but the top left-hand piece of the Stan Musial puzzle is not complete. It's been that way since I was a kid. And you know, recently framed them all, and thought that I might have it, but I didn't. I looked through some other stuff that I had and I wasn't able to pull it. So, you know, even if I pull it in these packs, I'm going to use the one that Tony sent me, just because I think that's awesome that he would go to the trouble of doing that. Having said that, let's just jump into these and rip them, and we'll set that puzzle piece to the side and we'll see what we can pull out of these. So I got an Alan Ashby with the Astros, a sweet Ricky Henderson, so we're going to stand him up in the back. He did a couple of years with the Yankees, so that's why he's in that Yankees uniform. Candy Maldonado, Greg Minton, Eric Bell, Glenn Braggs, whoopsie, John Habian, who I honestly do not remember from that set, Hubie Brooks, Herm Winningham, remember those guys, so back-to-back Expos, Rick Sutcliffe, Mark McLemore, Robin Yount's, a Hall of Famer, followed by Tony Gwynn, so we'll stick both these guys up top, Pedro Guerrero, and a Bob Dernier, or Dernier, however you say that. So we'll make our card pile down here at this end. Alright, so we'll take the Tony Gwynn and we'll stick him up right there. Cool to pull the Tony Gwynn. So next pack, start us a trash pile down on the floor. Got another puzzle piece there. We got a Jeff Reed, Paul Noche, Johnny Ray, who during his time with the Pirates was a really good player, Steve Kiefer, Shane Mack, Brian Holton, Mini Trio, Domingo Ramos, Juan Nieves, Wally Backman, Chuck Krim, Paul Kilgus, Ken Griffey Sr., so that's the older, that's the daddy, Keith Hernandez, So what up to Carl Topia, who is a Keith Hernandez super collector, and also JB Sports Cards. He's a Keith Hernandez collector as well. And Ray Searage. All right. Now, let's jump into the 1990. So for the 1990, I actually have an unopened box of these that I'm hoping to get into at some point. One of the things that I'm looking for, there's a puzzle piece on it. One of the things I'm looking for are print defects. There were a bunch of print defects in this set where the black lines ran through the names. And I've got one downstairs. I can't remember right off the top of my head which, it's a picture. And Jack Morris, I got a Jack Morris card that's like that. But early on when this set first came out, these were considered collectible errors, but then they realized it was just print defects, which a lot of errors are, and so they're less popular now, but that's what I'd be looking for. But anyhow, so there's a Tom Browning, Willie Randolph, Diamond King, Ron Robinson. Sorry if I'm not on camera here. We got a Kevin Seitzer. There was a time in the game where Kevin Seitzer tried to blow a ball foul. He played third. It seems like he may even have done it. Got down on his hands and knees and blew on the ball until it rolled foul. There's a Rick Sutcliffe, so we got one in the last one. So there's a Rhino, Ryan Sandberg MVP card. That's pretty sweet. Followed by Will Clark, All-Star. Will Clark was a childhood favorite, so we'll stick him up top. Mike Smithson, Lee Mazzilli, Glenn Davis, Mark McGuire. So this is a good pack. This would have been a super pack when I was a kid. Gary Pettis, Lenny Dykstra, I used to like him. There's Dr. Dirt, Gene Larkin, Eric Shaw, and finally Tony Phillips. So really good pack of cards right there. We'll go ahead and stick him on top of the big pile up there. All right, let's see what else we can pull. Throw those on the trash. Puzzle piece. All right, this pack we got a Jesse Orozco, Bob Guerin, Julio Machado, rated rookie, Robin Ventura, rated rookie. That's a sweet card. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull some of these to the side. I'm going to put Big Mac down here just cause. We'll put Robin Ventura up top. We'll go back through them. Rob Deere, Adley Hamaker, Tim Laudner. There's a Craig Biggio. It's like a second-year card, but still, it's a good one. We'll stick him up top too. Rick Russell, Andres Thomas, Gary Ward, Roy Smith, John Crook. That was a childhood favorite. Jody Reed, Devin White, and Gino Petralli. Sorry guys, I'm having to kind of hold these cards a little weird because of the glare. Like I said, I'm gonna have to, if I film up here again, I'm gonna have to work on the lighting. All right, puzzle piece. All right, we got us a Rick Dempsey, Pat Tabler, Burt Blyleven, so there's a Hall of Famer. Bernie Williams. So that's a, look, no major league record. Bernie Williams, we'll stick him up top. Jeff Houston, Bo Jackson, Diamond King. Sorry, maybe if I tilt them down. If I tilt them down, they show up on camera better. I just can't see them as well. Bob Ojeda, Danny Heap. There's a Tony Gwynn All-Star. Stick him up top. Kevin Gross, Ozzie Guillen, Robbie Thompson, Edwin Nunez, Ron Hassey was a really good catcher, Eric King, and Kurt Ford. So that rounds out that pack. All right, so we got two more of the 90s, 1990 packs to go through here. All right, puzzle piece. All right, Tim Teufel, Kevin Elster. I remember he was a big name. Chuck Krim, Scott Lusader, Sergio Valdez. All right, so that's some of the stuff I was talking to you about. See how that goes through? All right, so that's a print error. And whether the plate was shot incorrectly or whatever, see how that black goes into the white? I'm going to have to research that a little bit. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. All right, so we got a Barry Lyons, Rick Leach, Dave Magadan, Keith Miller, Mark Knudsen, Steve Buechele, Marquise Grissom rated rookie. That was a sought-after card for a little while. Henry Cotto, Kelly Downs, Alan Anderson, and finally a Jim Clancy. So we'll pile these up. Now, funny thing is, these sets, what was it, 91 Fleer. It was yellow. This set right here, you know, people look back on it and they don't like them for whatever reason. No, they're cool. And yet, we all look for red parallels now. We love the yellow parallels out of the pharmacy boxes of Update and of Series 1 from Walgreens. So, you know, this was a whole set like that, and people kind of badmouth them nowadays. I guess it's just because there were so many of them. Carlos Quintana, Jim Abbott, cool pitcher back in the day. Ruben Sierra, Ray Searage, Mark Davis, David Wells, went on to have success with the Yankees. Charlie Hayes, Tim Belcher, Gary Gaetti, Tom Foley, Ed Whitson, Diamond King, Tom Bernansky, Scott Bradley, Rick Russell, I think I've seen him already 3 times, Louis Aquino, and Mauro Gazzo. All right, so that'll do it. That'll do it for those, and we're going to pull Tony Gwynn down. All right, so now we got 5 packs of Donruss Series 2 with the Willie Stargell puzzle. I remember buying a box of these when I was a kid and going through them. Actually bought them in Louisiana on one of our Louisiana trips. So different puzzle here. This is Willie Stargell, like I said. All right, so we got a Kirby Puckett. So that's a pretty good first card there. Kirby Puckett. We'll stand them up. We got a Rich DeLucia. King Griffey Jr. MVP card. Love that. So we'll stick that up top. Jeff Montgomery, Johnny Ray, Craig Lefferts, Kurt Stillwell. All right, so I said Dr. Dirt a minute ago. That is in reference to this card right here with Lenny Dykstra and Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy, Mormon player, great guy. Never heard him say a bad word. Meanwhile, Lenny Dykstra wound up ripping off a bunch of people, spending time in prison. But he was a scrappy player. That's why a lot of people liked him. So that's an iconic card from the time. We'll stick him up there. We'll cover Robin Yount up. How about that? All right, Jamie Quirk, Dave LaPointe, Carlos Hernandez, Mark Lemke. There's a Barry Bonds, followed by Roger Clemens. Mark Parent didn't do much, but we'll stick them up top. Look at those again later here in a minute. So I'm getting some pretty neat cards, man. It's not a bad rip at all. Puzzle piece. It's got the artist signature on there. All right, we got a Ron Hassey again. Paul Merrick, rated rookie. John Cerruti. Ernie Riles. Monty Ferris. Benny Santiago. There's a Lance Parrish MVP. Andy Hawkins. Highlights. Look what he did, Buttermilk. He no-hit the White Sox. All right, Matt Young. There's a Vince Coleman, another childhood favorite. I'm going to stick him up top. Dave LaPointe. Neil Heaton. Lance Dixon. Oh, Jerry Don Gleaton. Jimmy Poole. 3 packs left, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. We're at 15 minutes now. Another puzzle piece. Got Louis Aquino, Geronimo Pena, Rafael Palmeiro, Ken Patterson, Tim Layana, Max Venable. There's Rhino. Stick him up top. Melito Perez. He hit the Yankees. Mike Greenwell. There is a David Justice. That's an early card of his. Put him up top. Randy Milligan. There's a Canseco. Followed by John Olerud. Great first baseman. Designated hitter. Mark Leonard. And then a base Rafael Palmeiro as opposed to an All-Star or a MVP card or a Diamond King. I think Tony Black gave me a hard time when I said that the other day. And like on cue, there is a Rafael Palmeiro MVP. Jay Buhner, he was a good player. He was one that benefited from batting in a lineup with Griffey Jr. And who? Oh man, can't think of the other guy's name. Just made Hall of Fame last year, I believe. But he was a good player. Rafael Palmeiro MVP, Ken Patterson, Tim Layana, Max Venable, Bobby Thigpen, shatters a save mark with Melito Perez, seen him. Greenwell, seen him. Dave Justice, got another one. Randy Milligan, another Canseco, another Olerud, Mark Leonard, another Raffy. All right, last pack. Last pack, and then we'll kind of quickly go through some of these cards. I want to thank Alan once again for sending these cards my way, dude. I just love it. I'll sit back and look over these cards, puzzle piece, some more, and see where they fit into my sets from my childhood, and if any of these cards can go in my binder from my childhood. I still got all that stuff. So Omar Olivares, Jesse Barfield, AVS, Mr. Andy Van Slyke, Gary Gaetti, Terry Mulholland, Mike Felder, Frank Viola, good pitcher, Greg Olson MVP, Kurt Stillwell, Tim Wallach, Frank Tanana, Eddie Murray, there's a Lenny Dykstra All-Star, Mike Gardner, rated rookie Greg Swindell, and finally a Mark Davison. So not a whole lot going on in that last pack. But still, we got some pretty cool cards. We'll just kind of gather up these in the back here best we can. Kind of quickly go through these as I'm throwing them everywhere. We got the Canseco right here. Actually, let's do this. You got a David Justice. Man. So, let's back that up. So, 2 Cansecos, 2 David Justices, got the Dr. Dirt, Mr. Clean. I got the Robin Yount from 88. Rhino, Vince Coleman, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens MVP. Got the one Ken Griffey Jr. card. That's all we were able to pull. Got the sweet Bo Jackson right there. Nice Bernie Williams rookie. Will Clark All-Star, Rhino MVP card, Robin Ventura rated rookie, and Craig Biggio. And then going across the front here, we've got Ricky Henderson and Tony Gwynn, both from 88. We got Big Mac, and we've got Tony Gwynn from 90. And then we finish it off with a 91 Kirby Puckett. So, again, thank you so much for these cards, Alan. And, we also pulled the one that I believe is a print error of Sergio Valdez. I'm going to look that up in a minute and see if there's anything going on with it. Sorry for the long video, man. I try not to make these this long anymore, but, here it is. And it was fun. I love ripping old wax like this. Let me know if you see a card that you need, to help finish out a set. I know some folks have been working on the 88 set in particular, maybe a couple of these other ones. And I know Buttermilk has been ripping some of this stuff. And Buttermilk, if you need anything to finish off a set, please let me know. Tony Black, thank you for sending me the puzzle piece. Hopefully I'll get that in the next day or so. Guys, go give Alan a sub. Go give some of these other guys a sub that I've been talking about. Click on one of these videos that I've got to the sides here. And we're closing in on 20 minutes. So we're just going to let it finish out at 20 minutes. Guys, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Don't forget to go back and look at that video to see if you can win those lures, and I'm out.